Hi there, I'm Agnes, the layout artist here at Flip 180 Media. Today I want to talk about proofing process. There is an old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, and likewise, it might take a little time to build a world-class publication. Once you've made your outstanding content and your production team has created the right design and the best possible reader experience, it's time to tackle the proofing process and to make it simple, methodical process that you can live with instead of dreaded march through production purgatory. First, double check for any mistakes in your magazine layout. Here are the basic proofing steps that you need to know as a publisher. Of course, we assume that you've done the basics like running a spell check or a common sense grammar check before sending all the content to the production team. The best no-nonsense tools out there right now is Grammarly, and the best of all, it can work inside your Google Doc. Let's imagine a moment together, shall we? You have just slaved over the latest issue of your magazine. You are finally ready to wrap it up. Then you see it. Mistakes all over the place. You have already committed to sending the materials to production by today, and now you'll have to delete the team. What happened? This scenario is exactly why you need to schedule a solid few days for your first round of human proofing. Now, in this first round, you'll want to check the design to see if everything looks right or as you intended. Identify what you really like in the layouts and all the items that makes you wince a little. Make a brief but clear notations about everything. Save yourself and your production team a ton of wasted time and struggle by using Acrobat Reader for your feedback. If you don't have it already, simply go to get.adobe.com/reader, download this universally useful tool and install it. Why use Acrobat Reader? Because this is simple, often overlooked PDF tool can help you make notes on the draft in the same way as you would do on the paper, only easier, ink-free, and in ready-to-email format. Here is how it's easy. Ready? Open the PDF version of your publication in Acrobat Reader. Find the section you want to comment on. Select the text you want to highlight. Right-click on the highlighted text and select Add Comment. Then detail the changes you have in mind. Here you can do things like changing the title or casing style from title name to this, name of the title, for instance. When leaving correction feedback, it's helpful to include comments on the things you did like, so the reader can interpret your comments better and catch all the nuances of what you're trying to say. Also, when Flip 180's layout team is reading such a layout feedback, we like to know the reasons for the change. This helps the layout team to interpret intentions and to understand what the editor is ultimately aiming to do. If you want to replace a word, a sentence, or even a paragraph, select just the part you want to change. Now add your suggested replacement content directly on the comment box. Easy! Once you are done adding your comments and corrections, save the file and send it back to your production team. If you manage all this without a hitch, you are now officially doing your proofing right. Pat yourself on the back and get ready for round 2. It's not enough to look at your publication design once. After all changes were made, your production team will send you a new PDF with all changes you stated in the first round of proofing. Now it's time to look closer at the details. Is anything? Maybe you just noticed something in the text. Maybe the writer really should have said something better and nobody caught it until now. Maybe a little typo or an orphan. So now, just as you did at the first proofing step, start your second comment session for all those omitted details. Again, save it and send it back to your production team. Well, all production team have proofreaders and testers so that each round gets at least 3 pairs of eyeballs every time it goes through changes to make sure nothing gets missed. Now we are closing in on the finish line. There's one more thing to do, the final check before release. It's the best to slow down a bit at this stage. Pour a fresh cup of coffee, stretch a bit, take your time. Look carefully at this third PDF. This is no longer a draft. This is how your final product will look, unless you notice something with your fresh eyes. Page after page, detail after detail. Look closely. When exposed to the same content a few too many times, it's only human to become a bit numbed. The mind rebels at the repetitive process of repeated rereading. You are not superhuman, you are flesh and blood. Don't trust tired eyes. If your brain is now going numb, it's a good idea to admit it and ask for additional fresh eyes. This is a common practice in the most of the biggest creative publishing agencies, and most people around these teams come to expect to be pulled into proofing in some final stage. Okay, so now your work pals have gone through the issue. They've eaten a few too many donuts, and now there's still nothing requiring a change. Breathe deeply, sit back, and exhale. You are finished. Give your production team a compliment to the great work by approving the publication. Well, that's for today's proofing tips. I hope that proofing now looks and feels to you like the easy and empowering task that it is. Come back next time for more magazine production tips with me, Agnes, right here at Flip 180 Media. And remember, if you like this video or you're just interested in magazine publishing process, please click the subscribe button. See you next time.